It's time for today's qualifying session to begin here in the United States. Welcome to the Circuit of the Americas. This is the kind of track that eats rear tyres for breakfast, or so I'm told by more experienced drivers than myself.
Lots of low-speed exits means the rears are in for a lot of punishment. It's all too easy to spin them up coming out of a corner too aggressively. It might look great for us as spectators, as we love to see a car driven beyond its limits, but it's not going to result in a great long-run pace.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of my F1 2017 career mode here today around the Circuit of the Americas, or the USA Grand Prix. And today, well, hopefully we'll be looking to build on the previous two episodes. Obviously you haven't seen them. Go and check out the playlist, or there'll be a link in the end slate to the previous episode, and then in that previous episode there'll be a link to, and so on and so forth. But yeah, hopefully we can build on those results. Obviously, spoiler alert if you haven't gone back and checked them already, we've had two podiums in a row. I think they're two second places, and we're on a good run of form at the minute, and hopefully we can improve that by getting a good qualifying result here as we cross the line, and we are in P13, so that's not bad. Obviously I would have liked to have been higher, but we've got P13, we're ahead of our teammate, which is good. Hamilton gets pole from his teammate, so almost back to normal up there, but we're ahead of Carlos Sainz, who's behind the McLaren unfortunately. But without further ado, let's see what we can do from 13th place in the race, and hopefully we can get another podium.
In 2012, America's on-again, off-again love affair with Formula One finally seemed to settle down with the completion of this wonderful racing facility here in Texas. With me today is Anthony Davidson, a man who knows this circuit quite well. Why do you think, though, Ants, that this Grand Prix has now found such huge success since returning to the calendar in 2012?
Well, full credit to the race promoters. They have a Grand Prix in a part of the country famed for its love of motorsport, and they do a fantastic job of advertising it to the right crowd, and then satisfying them when they're here with excellent facilities. It also tends to help when the circuit itself is good, and that's definitely true here. The layout is interesting and it produces some exciting action. Hosting a thrilling title decider like we had in 2015 wouldn't hurt either, so the pressure's on then to maintain that kind of quality here today.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, and Verstappen, Perez, Stroll, Massa, and Esteban Ocon, Toro Rosso, Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, and Palmer, Ericsson, Van Dorn, Pascal Wehrlein, and Roman Grosjean. Sainz and Nico Hülkenberg completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
It's a steep incline into turn 1 that'll help you scrub speed off. There are multiple lines, so be sure to make use of them.
As Jeff is giving me advice on what racing line to take. I don't know who the driver is here, but as you can see, there is some rain expected during this Grand Prix. I did decide to go onto the Super Softs because obviously they last longer than the Ultras. So, or I can't even remember what I did myself. I think I went on the Ultras and then went on the Super Softs, and even I've forgotten what I did myself. But I guess we'll find out together what I did, because, okay, I think I went with that because I was expecting the rain, and the Ultras could just about go as far as I expected the rain to come, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, due to penalties that other people have got, we're now starting in 11th, so that's a good position to start from, I think. Anyway, because just outside the top 10, you're more likely to get points. So here we are then, lining up on the grid for the USA Grand Prix. We've got 4 lights, it's 5 lights. It's lights out, away we go here for the USA Grand Prix. We've got off to a good start. I mean, that Williams of Massa, I think it was, just didn't bother to move. As we dive it down the inside of most of the cars, well, I say most of the cars, like 1 or 2. And now we're going side by side with Sergio Perez through this first complex of corners here. We're going to go side by side. Can we possibly get ahead of him into this corner? Yes, we can. And he decides to back out the move. And there we go. And we suddenly do a dive bomb move down the inside of Verstappen, I think that was. And that was a hell of a move. And I'm not wasting time here moving forward because I know the rain is coming. And that was, I mean, that wasn't the best overtake I've ever done in my life, but who cares? I've done it now. And we now have yellow flags behind us, I think that was. And now, I don't know, we have a safety car. Esteban Ocon is out of the race, and I don't know what went on, but we're now under safety car conditions, and we're now going to go around the first corner to, you know, obviously within the delta, catch up to the safety car. But what's going on here? The safety car is causing a huge traffic jam. For some reason, Vettel's just pushing it along. Stroll is trying to get past us. I try and do a sneaky move, but unfortunately the game realises that. And for some reason, Stroll was behind me, and I have to give a position back to him, even though he was behind me anyway. So the game has just copped me out of a free position there, and I don't know why that happened, but out of all that crazy incident, yeah, I'd lose a position to Stroll. And I decided to come into the pits anyway to get some fresh set tyres because I found this opportunity a good opportunity to go onto a fresh set of tyres. You know, to get to the rain a lot more comfortable on the tyres. So I went to a set of super softs. Obviously, a lot of you are probably wondering why didn't you start on super softs anyway? Because I wasn't expecting a safety car. That's why. So now coming out the pit lane now, dead last. Which is what you'd expect, only being 6 laps into the Grand Prix, and having a lap behind the safety car Delta. But now we're right behind Van Dorn in the McLaren now. We possibly make up a position on this restart. I kind of lag back a bit, which is a mistake on my part. But we dive it down the inside of Van Dorn here, going into the first corner, and we've obviously got that position because it's a McLaren Honda, and the McLaren Honda is slower than a snail in a straight line. So yeah, that wasn't a hard overtake to do. And now we brake later than that Haas in front of us. I can't quite see who it is. It's Grosjean actually. He was quite far down the field, to be fair. And we're now going to go around the outside of him. He's still there. We're going to go side by side for this first sector. We bang side pods a little bit, and he runs wide and loses a place to the McLaren behind me, and we gain the position there. And now we are right behind our teammate. We do a little dive bomb on him as well. And Alonso's made a mistake in front of him, which compromised his line. So now we're going to go straight past the McLaren Honda, which is obviously really slow in a straight line, as I said before. And now we are up into, I can't quite see what it is it 8th? Because the sky is like contrasting with the leaderboard. But now we're behind both of the Saubers, who managed to get into the points, so fair play to them. We dive it down the inside of a Sauber as well. So, you know, the Sauber's having a good race here at the minute. We're now right behind Wehrlein, who is in, hold on, this is for a podium. We're overtaking Wehrlein, who just decides to go straight on in the first corner. We're now up into the podium, again. I literally have no words for this right now. And now, as we're coming down the pit lane now, or the start-finish line, Verstappen, who was ahead of us, pit with the softs, and now we're up into second place, so I don't know, honestly, these past 3 races have been mental. I don't know what's been going on, but we're now up into the lead of the Grand Prix, people. We're in the lead of the Grand Prix. Tell me how this has happened. And now we've got Vettel and Hamilton right behind us, who are obviously quicker than us. And as you can see, the rain has started to come down as well. So this is a key part of the race now, where who knows what could happen. I mean, we let Vettel go past because, you know, he's the fastest car, and I'm not going to bother try to hold him back. But on the same lap now, we're coming in for a set of intermediate tyres because I felt like the track was getting a bit too slippery for the dry tyres. So I decided to come into the pit lane and get a set of intermediates and see whether it was the right time. I mean, Jeff was saying that it was near enough the right time, so I was near the pit lane anyway, so I decided to come in and hit them on. And now we're coming out in 8th or 9th, 10th, something like that. And so it's not bad, we're still in the points at least. And, sorry, 11th. And now we're coming out of the pit lane now, and we're right behind the two Renaults of Hulkenberg and Palmer. So let's see if we can get past them. And now, as we come through the third sector, the DRS has been disabled now, so I've timed that to perfection once again, if I do say so myself. And now we are right behind the Renaults of Palmer and Hulkenberg. Just look how slow they're going under traction. I mean, I'm going to pass Hulkenberg round the outside of this a long right-hander, which is quite impressive if I do say so myself once again. And now we're going to catch up to Palmer like instantly. And there's another safety car. I mean, what is going on in this Grand Prix? I don't even know why there was another safety car. I think there were yellow flags behind us or something. Like, something happened with Hulkenberg. He must have spun and under the slippery conditions or something. I don't know, but now there's another safety car, and we're in a legit 5th place in this Grand Prix, and there's a safety car. So now, I don't know whether it was because of the weather, I don't know, but there wasn't anything on the weather indicators to indicate that it would be bad weather. And now we're up into 4th, somehow. Someone must have hit another safety car. And now, as we come round the final corner, now we're going to dive it up the inside of Verstappen, maybe give a little bit of luck. He turns out of the corner, and that's up into another podium. Yeah, that's right, another podium. And now, as we come around the final corner, Hamilton and Raikkonen decided to pit for some reason, and we're now leading the Grand Prix. That's right, we're leading the Grand Prix legitimately now. So, I don't know what's happening here. And now, as we come round the final corner, we're going to come round the final corner to win the USA Grand Prix. Our 2nd win of the season. Unbelievable.
You worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
It wasn't always plain sailing today, but a very important win nonetheless. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack, and having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
And look at this, they're coming out now. Toro Rosso have developed something of a reputation for forging exciting talent, and we can see that here. An incredible victory.
So here are the final race classifications then for the USA Grand Prix. I take the win from Verstappen, and Hamilton managed to get back on the podium after making his pit stop. I think Ricciardo had an issue towards the end of the Grand Prix, which is unfortunate for him. Carlos Sainz managed to get in the points, so a double Toro Rosso point finish there, which is good for the team. Raikkonen, who's leading the championship, finished in 5th, so not a very good race for him. Vettel finished outside of the top 10, so it's a horrible race for him. Palmer doing what Palmer does best, not finishing in the points. Both McLarens got in the points, so GG to them. And now, as we go scroll down, we've got Stroll, Perez, Grosjean, Ericsson, Magnussen, and Ocon. Apart from, well, the bottom 4 all DNF'd, so that's unfortunate for them. And Perez finished 2 laps down for some reason. I don't know why. During the race, he was just trundling around minding his own business. I don't know whether he had a constant issue or something. But in the Drivers' Championship now, we are 2 points behind, or 1 point, 3 points, sorry, behind Verstappen, and we've now gone above Felipe Massa, so this is starting to become a tasty battle between the 3 of us now, and hopefully we can finish on top of both of them. Ricciardo not having the best of seasons there in 9th. And moving on to the constructors then, Toro Rosso consolidate their place in 5th place. And if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like and comment, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye.